I'm Kelsey, and I'm here to talk about animal cruelty in zoos and aquariums. In 2014, an elephant named Tania was brought into captivity. She was taken away from her family and her wildlife when she was 3 years old. She was brought into a life where she was shuffled from zoo to zoo and kept in a small enclosed area for all of her life. In this area, she oftentimes had to stand in her own feces. This is due to the unsanitary cleaning that zoos and aquariums often use. This is all according to Cronin article, The Stories of 4 Elephants in Captivity and How You Can Help. During COVID-19, as I'm sure all of us can relate, I personally have at times felt like a caged animal being stuck inside. At least I've had my family by my side. But animals like this are stuck inside for their whole lives and have no family near them more often than not. We've seen, as William Wayne from Washington Post 2020, that the mental illness health crisis has gone up 65%. Suicide rate has gone up by 18,000 people, and overdose rate has gone up by 22,000 people. We can see that just being in isolation for not even a year yet has really affected our country's mental health. But animal cruelty in zoos and aquariums, I can only imagine what animals' mental health is like right now. I was first interested in animal cruelty in zoos and aquariums when I saw the 2013 Magnolia film Blackfish. A staggering quote stuck out to me from that movie. It says, "If you were in a bathtub for 25 years, don't you think you get a little psychotic?" I think that, again, relating to Corona, we have a little bit felt what it feels like to be stuck somewhere and not able to get out, and I don't think any of us are enjoying it. Therefore, I think one step that we can take to change animals' lives in zoos and aquariums for the better, because I doubt that at this point we'd be able to just wipe out zoos and aquariums, would be to update the Animal Welfare Act, which has to do with the standards that zoos and aquariums are held to. So animal life in zoos and aquariums looks like, well, first it starts, as 2020 PETA article points out in the headline, "Abducted from her family, Corky's story will break your heart." These animals are often abducted from their families at very, very young ages, ranging from 1 to 3 years old. And then they're brought into captivity, where, again, the environment is not very good. They can't do the things they are made to do. They can't run. They can't hunt. They can't do anything. They're often also, instead of doing the things that they're made to do, they're electrocuted to teach them circus tricks, so the zoos and aquariums can gain more of a profit. In the 2018 10 Facts About Zoos article, talks about that when there's a surplus of animals in zoos, the ones who live there but are less desirable or gain less attention are often murdered. With that being said, if they do make it through their zoo and aquarium life without that happening, then they're often sold to enthusiasts who don't have the proper care equipment to give to these exotic animals. And also ecosystems are impacted greatly by zoos and aquariums taking away oftentimes endangered species and messing up the food chain. What's it teaching our children who visit zoos and aquariums on the often too? That it's okay to lock up animals in cages just for personal profit. as the article from 2018, Freedom in Captivity, says, the moral value and practical applicability of 5 freedoms undermined in 2005. The 5 freedoms aren't met at all in zoos and aquariums. So, again, I would say the solution to this would be revamping the Animal Welfare Act. The premise and animal facilities, vehicle equipment, so the Animal Welfare Act basically talks about the minimum standards that zoos and aquariums, but all commercial animal relating things have to uphold. This was created in 1966, which was very long time ago. It's really broad, and there needs to be some stricter rules surrounding it to ensure that animals are being treated fairly in captivity. What I would focus on in updating this would mainly be environmental issues. So I would increase the capacity of space that animals had to have. So small animals would have to have a certain amount of space, medium animals a larger space, obviously, and large animals a much larger space. In the 10 Freedoms article, again, it talks a little bit about just some staggering statistics that surround the space that animals need. Polar bears need 1 million times what zoos give them as far as space goes. Lions and tigers need at least 18,000 times the space that zoos give them. So that's a lot of space that they need to roam, and I can't imagine what it's like to have such little space. So what I would do to ensure that these environmental changes happened would be to just keep up with the USDA enforcing these policies. The USDA has to visit zoos and aquariums 2 times every year. So with that, the opposing side could argue cost. There is no additional cost governmentally or anything, but the only cost that would have to be added would be through zoos and aquariums, who would have to update their facilities to meet the Animal Welfare Act requirements. So some ways that you can get involved would be to donate to ASPCA or visit PETA to just learn some more about this. I obviously had a short time to explain it. Also, when you're visiting zoos and aquariums, if you have to go to ones that are not the World Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Those do not often follow guidelines. I also attached some petitions that I'd love if you guys could sign. It just goes to help change zoos and aquariums for the better. You have the power to speak up and share this information. That's, of course, a big part of it, is just informing others. Again, I just think the best way to care more for animals in zoos and aquariums would be to update the Animal Welfare Act, and this is a big issue that we should focus on. I'd like to leave you with this statement. An animal's eyes have the power to speak a great language. The question is, will we listen? Thank you.